systems of linear equations. Now, in the past units, we have already talked about how to graph one linear equation in the form y equals mx plus b. The only difference between that and graphing a system of equations is that now you need to graph two equations on the same graph. So, let's recap. In order to graph a linear equation, you need to know two things. You need to know what the slope of the line is, which is that number next to the x, and you need to know what the y-intercept is, which is the number that's alone there. So, in this first equation here, our slope is -2, and we want to make it a fraction to graph with, so -2 over 1, and y-intercept is -3. So let's go ahead and graph that equation first. So remember, you're going to start with your y-intercept, which is -3. So we're going to go ahead and find -3 on the y-axis, which is right here. Then we're going to move according to our slope. Now our slope of -2 over 1 tells us to go down 2 and right 1. So I go down 2 and right 1. And then if we can't go any further down 2 and right 1, we're going to do the opposite, which is up 2 and left 1, and up 2 and left 1. We're going to do that until we have no more room on our graph to do that more, and then we're going to go ahead and connect those with a ruler. We want to make sure we connect it nice and straight. Then once you have that line done, I'm going to label that line with the equation right at the end. Now we're going to go ahead and graph the second line. So 2x plus 5. So my slope is 2. We're going to put it over 1 to make it a fraction. My y-intercept is 5. That means we're going to start at 5 on my y-axis. And a slope of 2 over 1 tells me to go up 2 and right 1, which I don't have any room for here. So I'm going to do the opposite and go down 2 and left 1. And down 2 and left 1, and down 2 and left 1 until I can't anymore. And then I'm going to connect those points once I have them. And go ahead and label that line as well. Now we're not done yet, because when we are graphing a system of equations, the goal is to see what point these two equations meet at. So in this example, you can see that both of the equations meet at this point right here, which is the point -2, 1. So because these lines cross at one point, we say that this system of equations has one solution, and it's at the point -2, 1. And all that means is that if you were to take a -2 and a +1 and plug that in to your x and your y spot in both of these equations, it would make both equations true. There are two other types of solutions to systems of equations that we are going to talk about, but that's just the first one.